now at the time of the year where people are getting their mortgage bills in with some information that they may not be so happy about, and it's the increased escrow payments, right? And I know you've had a half a dozen or so calls recently with some people that were upset, but that's not you. That's not the mortgage provider, whoever it is. Can you explain what this is, what these escrow increases are?
So what it is that as you make your mortgage payment every month, it also includes your escrows, which is by definition your taxes and your insurance and possibly PMI if you have PMI. Mm-hmm. And it's important to remember that for the majority of our customers, their mortgage is a 30-year fixed or 15-year fixed. It's a fixed mortgage, so there is no adjustment in the payment at all. The change in the payment has nothing to do with the actual loan that they got when they purchased the home or refinanced. Most of the time, it has to do with property taxes. Now, there is a chance that it could be a property tax issue and your homeowner's insurance, or maybe just your homeowner's insurance. But all the situations and the customers that I've been helping lately, it has to do with their property taxes. And due to inflation and the economic times, the municipalities and the cities and towns out there, they're taking into account that they need to increase their collection of taxes to pay for all of the municipality and town, city and town services that get paid for, like police and fire. When they increase that, the mortgage company has to prepare for the future bills that are going to be coming in the next fiscal year. So in order to do so, they'll collect additional money on top of what they normally collect. And that those extra funds go into an escrow account. And every time the quarterly taxes are due, some are quarterly, some are biannually, some are annually. Either way, they want to make sure that they have enough in the account in order to pay that. So what's enough? Like, how much is enough? And what it comes down with, the way the math gets broken down to, is they typically like at a bare minimum to have at least a quarter of taxes, the amount that equates to a quarter of property taxes, which is 3 months of taxes and 3 months of insurance. Mm-hmm. Now, if there's more in your account than a quarter's worth, that's a good thing, because once the bill's paid, it'll come back down to 3 months. Something to do as a regular proactive habit is when you get the bill, you can convert it to a PDF and email it or upload it through your servicer's website, your online account. You would want to send them this bill and request them to do what they call an escrow analysis. And the reason why you want to be proactive about that is at some point in time, if you're not on top of it, you will suddenly get a bill that's increased. They'll do it automatically, but it might be further down the road if they let it just happen naturally. But if you proactively ask, they'll do the escrow analysis, and they'll give you a transactional breakdown that says how much money, when they need it, and what needs to be collected in order to boost the balance of the escrow account to pay for all of these funds. It's really important to make sure that there's enough money in that account to pay that, because if you start to go into a negative balance because you haven't been making the payment, mortgage company can really penalize you for that, and they could possibly even cause you to have late payments on your credit report. And nobody, obviously that's the biggest worry is making sure that you don't get a ding on your mortgage credit, because that's that ding is a pretty big dent. It's not a little infraction, it's a big infraction. So we want to try to avoid that.